Надеюсь, все поели. Надеюсь, все попили. Надеюсь, что-нибудь взяли. У вас-то есть такой перк? У меня нет. Смотрящий в записи, вы меня не видите, но я моргаю. И продолжаем Хогвартс. Лайк, пожалуйста, поставьте заново, если вы перешли с прошлой трансляции, потому что они не переносятся. И вот мы снова здесь. Как же мы здесь? Поговорить с Самитом. Погнали. Будем сегодня пытаться проталкивать дальше сюжет. И, может быть, закончим к вечеру, к ночи. В принципе, к часу, к 2 это будет довольно реалистично. Если нас что-то внезапно не отвлечет. Неожиданное.
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. Well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Revelio.
Потому что мир несправедлив. А, вот теперь в шахту. Я-то думаю, какого хрена у меня с ним встреча в Хогвартсе? Как такое может быть? Так, что-то на гобледуке. Мне нравится название уже. Старт хороший. Так, я, по-моему, так и не набрал мальву. Ага. Мне так и не хотят улучшить Митулу. Просто так, видимо, я таскал свою задницу и летал. И выигрывал. И это тоже несправедливо, хочу сказать. Запустите превращенного врага, используя заклинание Депулса. Можно попробовать. Он как-то Депулса не всегда учитывает, то есть иногда просто попасть недостаточно, чтобы он сказал, что да, ты выполнил именно испытание.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here.
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ?
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Два как-то... Один, правда, кринж как-то вранец. Ну ладно. И это миссия для нас. Я надеюсь, он не будет мешаться. Потому что я не знаю, что-то как-то... Пока большинство как-то вранцев, которые мне встречались, какие-то странные ребята. Мне кажется, я больше слизеринцев адекватных знаю. Вот, да, вот он, вот слышите его? Какого хрена? Стелс, войди.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Золото. Гоблины накопали золото. Рябиновый отвар.
I've read about mines like this. Seeing one is something else altogether.
Какой-то вроде open world RPG. Лут как в ММО RPG. А они поймут, если вот оно вот так сделает? Они поняли. А почему? А, другой запарировал. Одна кнопка, господи.
Can't stop us. Rather a boy coming back this way.
than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word.
Yes, of course.
Он просто не часто участвует в перестрелках, где используется Крусус. Он никому не расскажет, потому что иначе я его вскрою.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Да господи, да за что?
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be a schematic. They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building? If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what?
Да ладно,
I will get to the
большое.
bottom of what they've been building down here.
Чё, реально?
Didn't touch your helm. But thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. Know who my friends are now, don't I?
Господи. Господи, нет. Ну смотри, какая бочка классная там взорвалась. Посмотри на нее.
If you're there.
Тебе показалось. Я пополз. Здесь ничего нет. Так. Больше всего меня напрягает вот урод с арбалетом, который сидит сверху. Вот.
One less shooter to
Да не в него же. Они не знают, они не поймут. Они просто не представляют. Неважно. Можно его не трогать? Типа, что будет, если я просто не буду по нему стрелять?
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler.
Incendio!
Unexpected.
Why am I always on patrol? It's a waste of my skills.
Он выжил. Как?
Can't handle a little altercation.
Как это нахрен возможно? Как он выжил? У него нет ХП. Это можно сразу разорвать.
One less human to worry about. This are ya? I've been fighting this thing before you were.
Да вы бесите. И Амит такой, который никогда не был на уроках по защите. Что, как создаться с гоблинами? Остолбеней? Что?
This is not good.
Это схемы.
They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Какие-то с гоблинами самые не... Знаю. Самые типичные задания с ними. Не сильно над ними парились. При этом почему-то самые классные у браконьеров. Удивительным образом. А с пачкой обычных черных волшебников их практически нет в сюжете просто. Они просто появляются как подсосы. Для гоблинов, например.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
Потому что мы убили кучу гоблинов, давай.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
Хочу. Надеюсь, мы с ним больше не встретимся никогда. Это самый пососный непись, который есть, по-моему. А, ну кроме девушки, которая была в библиотеке.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lord Gog, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Себастьян, в смысле нет задач? Это вам так кажется? Себастьян еще и сюжетный. Он в Хогвартсе? Либо мне, да, игра просто опять не ставит метку почему-то.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Anne is getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the catacomb.
Ты стоишь прямо около меня.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Brookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Есть какие-то шахты лезть. Вот как только задания начинаются за пределами Хогвартса, просто руины, катакомбы, подвалы,
There they are, up
пещеры.
ahead.
I'll let you move.
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
А нахрен я ползу там 150 метров еще? Метлы взяли, перелетели и забили.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
Или типа они так точно заметят. Да болото-то есть. Там жабы немного недружелюбные.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
У нас будет продолжаться, если вы не будете говорить в полный голос в невидимости, когда окружают нас гоблины.
Once again, we could fight our way through, or be discreet.
Правда?
Know which one I choose.
Perhaps we can find an alternate route up ahead.
Sneaking around has its appeal.
Только если начать что-нибудь творить внутри, и все про это узнают, то удачи там выжить.
For better or for worse, we're in.
Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Every time.
Невидимость имба.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
Зато угадайте, что есть в этой паутине.
What was that?
Ничего.
Seems quiet.
Ничего не было. Ничего не было. Твою мать, инсендио. Они не замечают. Я думаю, что... Да быстрей! Тихо, 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 тихо. Тихо. Широкое зеркало. Вау. Просто вау. Куда? Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не. У вас это бочка.
But if you don't fill up so much, you can actually go further. It's true. Eat a big meal, you'll be slowed down, but eat light and you'll be swift. Someone's here.
База в том, что я не смогу это сделать все равно.
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want. Wingardium Leviosa. It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
А мы так умеем? Чё-то я вот не видел. Меня учили взрывать, атаковать, экспеллярмус, невидимость, вот создавать лестницы. Чуть не было такого урока. Зато было все остальное. Смотри, пауки. Вообще не реагируют, если я в инвизе. Опа. И чё? Подожди, а можно паука? Ну, правда, увидеть, скорее всего, ну да. Интересно, можно ли паука Петрифстатаус использовать? Этого нельзя делать.
We've read the world of another side. I should sleep better tonight. We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists all declared war.
Lumos.
Lumos.
А дьявольские силки дадут пройти, если я не буду использовать Люмус? Мне кажется, что нет. Да, потому что здесь даже специально сделали вот это вот для инсендио. Как-то вот непонятно. Они при этом в игре непосредственно никакого обучения о том, что, смотрите, дьявольские силки, они работают вот так, не давали. Это просто, это тупо знание, которое существует в голове у людей. А если люди не знают? А если не помнят? Да хрен ты спрячешься от паука. Взорвать паука. Тема.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
А можно еще огромного паука в центр? Убить надо, правда. Подожди, ну их надо убить, но я могу им сделать... Очень противно. А это пауки, которые по потолку гоняют. Либо это два гоблина, которые там сверху. Хотя бы от одного избавлюсь. сюда.
Certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you certainly have a lot to learn.
Не понял.
Symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Понял, что сказал-то, дядь.
Incendio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Так, а их, как обычно, больше, чем атом сверху еще один есть.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rune symbols.
Incendio.
Ну, вообще, учитывая, что у меня полный пул заклинаний, уроки мы вообще никакие не пропустили. Как раз таки. Так что ничего не знаю. Когда я очнулась, перед глазами все расплывалось, как только я была без сознания. Помню лишь его глаза, пустой взгляд. Пустой, потому что он уже не испытывал боли, но... А еще помню, как меня захлестнула эйфория, когда боль рассеялась, и потом все вдруг завертелось. Кажется, я ударилась головой, когда падала. Ни ушиба, ни ссадины нет, но в голове пульсирует боль. Надеюсь, это не черная смерть. Зато он больше не будет страдать.
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will
Sebastian,
help to
I
unravel
think
more
I
of
found
this
something.
mystery.
A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols and ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
Как у них всегда из этих пещер постоянно есть выходы в крипту, в Хогвартс, просто в, я не знаю, в подвал какой-то, Филча.
It has to fit.
Зато, кстати, мне здесь же с ним встречаться... Нет, нам чуть-чуть в другом месте, но неважно, рядом тут встречаться-то по поводу. Империю, я думаю, будет сначала, потом Авада-Кедавра.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Mornweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins.
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying.
Чел. А как он будет сейчас со мной общаться, когда мы пойдем к Слизерину? А? Смотри, зательтованный идет просто. Уходит от меня.
I hope Professor Fitz...
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spintwitches as soon as you can.
Так, улучшение для метлы. Портрет профессора — это, видимо, испытание готово. Но нам надо сходить, взять Империю. Это же Империю? В тени времени. Империю. Рядом с катакомбами. Просто Авада Кедавра звучит как что-то, что уже в позднее. А почему? Какой еще 2200-то? Как это карта? Чего? А, это сюжет. Он куда-то упехал. А, чё все?
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Так, что там по снаряжению? Что-то падало. 50. Все хуже, лучше. Я не помню, какую я надевал вот эту. С регалиями его. Двадцать пятый нужен. Кстати, синий свитер тоже прикольно выглядит такой внутри. Все равно именно то, что сделано для внешнего вида, лучше выглядит в внешнем виде, чем просто куски снаряжения.
Welcome. I'm Bernard Indiaye, and this is my shop. Is there anything I can help you with?
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? A pleasure doing business with you. Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
You're here. Good.
Такой, ну раз по этому вопросу, то я буду с тобой общаться, да?
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Пауки. Только что от пауков. От них просто не спрятаться, но...
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the team...
Spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Это она заразилась.
I'd say opening call is justified.
Это сейчас зараза была от зазнайки из библиотеки. Пауки не насекомые вообще-то. Пауки членистоногие. Если ты не знал, а еще я могу тебе сказать о большом количестве фактов о Хогвартсе. Хоть викторину давай пройдем, а? Себастьян, давай.
Watch your step. I need to slip back.
3 миллиона дверей в этих катакомбах. Но!
We've read the world of all this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though. Now,
Смотри.
this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Пока что мне даже никого убить не надо.
Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside the sarcophagus. Seems... There's something here by the altar.
Паука достал!
I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Here. Leviosa.
Скелетная дверь, откройся. Не знаю, куда-нибудь в центр ее еще поставить. О. Стоило мне по глупости упомянуть реликвию в отчете, и мне велели оставить ее в покое. Я чту правила, но наука для меня важнее, в этой реликвии есть нечто особенное. Говорят, что у волшебников, которых выбрали палочки из дуба, сильная интуиция. Думаю, это правда. Мне удалось дождаться подходящего момента и наколдовать баррикады, заслонившие реликвию. Да простят меня предки за то, что материалом послужили их кости. Я намереваюсь к ней вернуться, но сперва мне предстоит освоить заклинание Империус. Говорят, оно хорошо работает против врагов. Как и любое запрещенное так-то, ну ладно. Говорят.
It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Я открыл нам проход.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it. But I surmise if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant.
Задача про подземелье оказалась куда полезнее, чем можно было ожидать. Узнавать о своих предках очень занимательно, однако мне довелось наткнуться на весьма любопытную вещицу. За большим залом есть одно заброшенное место, там среди раскуроченных саркофагов лежала странная реликвия, сила которой она обладает, поразила меня. Хотелось бы узнать о ней больше, но, увы, оттуда ничего нельзя выносить. Кто сказал?
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Он уже его знает!
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Да, он уже и крестражи себе сделал, инфосотка.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries.
Оно будет работать на статуе, которые у меня в испытаниях постоянно попадаются. У них же как бы нет интеллекта, по сути.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Куда его пихать? Куда? Куда? Что-то вместо, наверное, я буду использовать. Мне не очень нравится трансформация. Она, конечно, полезная, но как раз Империю полностью ее заменяет. То есть я, во-первых, использую как бы просто противника. Я его выключаю, но я его еще и на свою сторону приманиваю. Так что, наверное, тема. Давай, и это, и Круциатус в одну комбу туда ему. И убить его просто.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, it should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try. That worked.
Revelio.
Да не туда, ну.
Incendio. Incendio. Cinder. Cinder. Wingardium Leviosa.
Так, а это я дергаю... это я дергаю типа символы. Например, я хочу открыть вот это. Надо сделать так.
This looks different than what we faced before. Now we're also dealing with rune symbols.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Он на моей стороне. Твою мать, привет. Побудешь моей пока. Чего так долго кдэшится? Возможно, потому что имба. Так, вот он все еще на моей стороне. Дружок. Причем 1 на 1. Я теперь непобедим. Я просто использую империю, и все, и противник стоит на месте. Такой, ты мой друг. Я на твоей стороне.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
О, у нас есть не реликвия, у нас есть картинка. Кайф. В реликвии сокрыта огромная сила, которую можно использовать во благо не только волшебников, но и всего мира, но цена этого слишком велика, необходима темная жертва. Не трогайте реликвию, пока мы не узнаем больше.
Sebastian, the relic, look.
Could it be?
Что-то напрягает темная жертва, если честно.
The note and rendition of the relic, it matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
The note advises to leave the relic alone.
I assure you, we were meant to find this. For Anne's sake. I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft.
Типа,
I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Шляпа определяет не из-за склонности к определенным видам искусств. Это не так работает.
Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
А вот я против, чтобы он брал реликвию. Почему Оминис это надо убеждать?
How much did you hear?
Everything. I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Во. Блин, но если...
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
Да, я не могу отменить задание, все равно не работает.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
Типа, видишь, даже если я буду топить, что Себастьян занимаемся какой-то хренью, возможно, надо остановиться, он такой, нет, все равно я возьму, все равно он даст мне следующий квест, и все равно там будет Авада Кедавра.
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him all over again.
Знаете, на еще основе чего идет распределение шляпой? На основе количества людей в факультете, чтобы не было 15 тысяч человек в Гриффиндоре или наоборот в Слизерине.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Потому что если бы она ориентировалась исключительно на там черты характера, то, скорее всего, количество людей в разных факультетах никогда не было бы примерно равным. Она должна балансировать. Меня только напрягает, что Себастьян с ума сходит потихоньку, но опять же, я не могу на это никак повлиять. Все эти сюжетные задания, они все равно были бы, ну, они все равно происходили бы. Единственный способ мне, например, не доводить его до этого состояния, это не проходить его сюжетную ветку в принципе, ну это тупо. И типа доброе решение, которое я могу сделать, которое actually на что-то повлияет, это взять заклинание или не взять заклинание. Где ответ очевиден.
What is it?
Smoke over there by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
Ну, весом он, да, это факт. Так, а запрет они же пробивают, по-моему, считаю. Ага. Ой. А это мой.
Boy, what have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
Ну ты мог бахнуть чем-нибудь другим вообще, ну тогда.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
То есть, если человек убийца, но убивает из-за типа, по своему мнению, из благородных побуждений, то шляпа отправит его в Гриффиндор. Прикинь, 11-летнего убийцу в Хогвартс отправить. Вот будет мем.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow?
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend
Он сестру спас, твою мать!
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic, even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately.
Чел, ты просто чел. И у меня... Я не могу. Даже сраный Гарри Поттер понял, что, типа, ну, лучше кастануть что-нибудь, но не сдохнуть. Алло! Что с ним не так? Я не понимаю. Интересно, если бы Гоблин убил его дочь, он бы сказал бы, что ты его не остановил? Что ты его не остановил-то? Что ты его не убил? На ПК Делюкс вышел уже, час назад он вышел. Если нет, значит, на молоке. Что-то сломалось у них.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I appreciate you setting our earlier discussion aside for now. Well, what did he say?
Это единственная фраза, которая связывает это с прошлым квестом.
Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh. That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and when I was at second thought, she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Но нет, они могут узнать, что мы используем запретные заклинания в это же время. Главный герой прямо перед фиксом. Круто. Это что? I'll be Wix. I'll be Wix. I'll be Wix. Надо пройти испытание. Куда показывает? Отслеживание недоступно. Новый год. Кстати. С Новым годом.
It's a relief to find.
Что-то надо было, мне кажется, другой маршрут искать. Ну давай. Прогрузись. Ну, с Себастьяном точно добром не кончится, но это... Я не влияю на это никак. Интересная метка у меня стоит. Я определенно помню, как попасть в зал картографии. Да что происходит с картой? Ясно. Что за херня? Мне игра забыла, как туда попасть. Да какого хрена? Но, твою мать, ну это как-то делается из Хогвартса, ну твою мать, как мне нравится эта карта. Есть какая-нибудь лестница вниз здесь? Нет. Естественно, нет. И как? И как теперь? Чё это такое? Кто навигатор программировал? О, кстати, секретные комнаты. Ох ты ж, твою мать. Вот как это работает. Конечно, не оправдывает навигатор.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us.
Nope.
Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
gain access to the headmaster's office. Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
You can't imagine how inconvenient. It was before I invented flu powder.
Просто в инвизе прокрасться не вариант. У них тут защиты нет ни в какой части Хогвартса. По крайней мере, складывается такое ощущение, потому что я могу прокрасться куда хочу. То есть, если бы я знал пароли от общих комнат других, то я бы спокойно, мне кажется, там гулял, устраивал тусы, неважно, что как-то вран. Потому что в запретную секцию мы ходили. А ночью, когда от труп ходили, причем по каким-то тоже там запрещенным комнатам. Кто меня не может остановить?
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well, you'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
О, нет.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Господи, как я его обожаю. Лучший дед. А одежда?
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Блэ. Какой я отвратительный. Это, кстати, не странно, что директор вот так вот гоняет.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I did?
I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils.
Конечно.
I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets...
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't. Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Gareth. Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I hear you're getting quite good at those concoctions you brew. I say, why don't you bring a sample of your next batch to my office? I'd like to give it a try.
Да, у него
Yes,
лучшие
sir.
зелья.
I will. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Да. Все верно. И причем желательно, чтобы вот эта доставка, она была в одну секунду.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Что происходит?
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I...
Professor, a word?
Со всеми встречусь.
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
If you
Кто
must
следующий?
speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible. I mean, I've seen them about. I mean, yes, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off.
Просто директор на веселе.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Scrope's as hard a worker as any house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's
По-моему?
pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Что это за взаимоотношения просто с гномом?
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best... Attention, students. I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the elegant banners of Ravenclaw. I shall be taking no questions at this time.
Ой. А можно 10 тысяч очков как-то в рану, пожалуйста, прямо сейчас? О, шкаф.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now, to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Это просто легендарная какая-то хрень, я не знаю. Почему это было так шикарно. О, Коктевран победил, да, круто, Коктевран, ей. Где ключ? Как же хорошо. А я не могу... у него, наверное, в кабинете будет портал. Я постоянно забываю, что все вот эти помещения гигантские, которые именно являются испытаниями с стражей и так далее, что это как бы немножко происходит через там перемещение и физически не существует в этих местах. Мы так это и не решили. А ну-ка. 9... кого? 1, 2, 3. 9, 3. 12. Надо 7. 7 это 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Это осьминожек. А тут что это? Это, по-моему, из тех, на которые мы первые, да, тренировали? Так, 15 плюс 2, 17, надо 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ящерка. Деревья, кстати, да. Там, где твари, там еще можно деревья расставлять. Тупо лес можно оформить целый. Не, туда я пойду потом. Как-нибудь явно вот придется это все обустраивать. Причем, по-моему, там надо забить целиком. А забить целиком просто так неинтересно. Надо сделать красиво.
Revelio. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Ну, кстати, кабинет директора похож на дамблдорский. Типа планировка точно такая же.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
Так, элитный чаечек. Господи, какое лицо. Ты смотри, какая она счастливая, это просто. Чек, средство для укрепления волос, воск для усов, помада для волос из бундимуна, расческа жемчужной ручкой, чесалка для спины с золотой ручкой, дексицит. Уплачена лишь малая часть суммы, не забыть направить счет. Какого хрена этот директор вообще директор? Как?
That must be the pedestal. Professor Fitzgerald, can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead.
А по воде они не могут определить?
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Ну ты давай стоять.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many.
Куда они ушли? Они повсюду
I must cross
здесь.
this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go. But I need to find a way past them.
Причем у меня нет заклинаний, я не могу их станить. Она и в инвиста сама зашла.
Nothing this way, but more dangerous. Must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way.
Я сюда.
That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
Твою мать. Блин, круто. Вот я только хотел сказать, что если сейчас опять будет типа третье испытание, точно такое же, как первые два, и потом четвертое такое же, то, конечно, очень странно они поработали над ключевыми сюжетными заданиями. Это что вообще?
Now's my chance.
Причем, я так понимаю, это очевидно они сделали, потому что, ну, как бы, алло, там дары смерти. И тоже сделали, типа, через книгу. Но после всего, что было до, это супер необычно смотрится. Таинственная мантия. А, подожди, так это буквально. Wait a second. Так это буквально. А зачем мне мантия-невидимка? Они теперь меня не видят, они, да? А каким образом мантия-невидимка отличается от обычного заклинания невидимости, а?
Просто интересно. Эффект один и тот же.
А палочку дадут? Ваншотать всех ходить?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
Я по рофлу сказал, ну ладно.
Never felt such power.
Что у меня есть? Какой-то... А, у меня только вот такой набор заклинаний. Но он не работает. Что-то бузинное как-то сосет. Возможно, потому что... Да. Возможно, поэтому. Восторг. Остался камень. Что будет, если я ее толкну? Просто она отталкивает даже тех, кого не попадает, по-моему. А дайте большого сюда. Еще дай, сейчас сотку набью. Мне очень быстро умираются. Да еще, пока... комбат сбилась. Почему только 4 заклинания? Где еще? На только эти. Камень? А как будет работать камень?
This must be for me.
Пройдите испытание с камнем.
Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
I can't believe she's dead.
Dear sweet Neve, dead.
Let us always honor her memory. May her memory be a treasure to us.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong
You
hands,
saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Я, короче, думал, когда нам показывали еще первые флешбеки, что вот, возможно, она там пытается сделать все как хорошо для всех, всех там спасти, и в итоге с ней что-то произойдет нехорошее, из-за чего там, я не знаю, она станет злодеем, но что-то нет.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young. I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizard kind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was, and she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragbor.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Что это? Завладеть даром А я прям завладел? А у меня прям появилось? Ну вот это крутейшее было сейчас. Подожди, а время года поменять? Или что, или рано?
I shouldn't have reacted so bitterly about your goblin friend. I apologize. I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
Не понял. Подготовьтесь к своим сов. Встретитесь с Себастьяном на побережье. What? Окей. Как скажете. Странно. Ну ладно. Так, ну, я думаю, мы сделаем на этом перерыв. В принципе, смотря по тому, как записали там западные товарищи полное, нам где-то, если прям трогать именно сюжет, плюс, получается, запретные заклинания, еще, ну, Авада Кедавра только осталось, это где-то займет часа 3,5. Я думаю, что мы сегодня тогда сюжет закончим. Вот. Что вполне себе реалистично и, по-моему, неплохо. Потому что как раз мы его закончим. Я, соответственно, завтра... Ну, точнее, к утру все, что надо, смонтирую, все выложу, и мы тогда уже завтра будем сидеть, собирать эту карту, добивать побочные задания, помогать всем подряд и страдать. Я, может быть, даже попытаюсь как-то на закадровом, знаешь, таком, там надо будет пройти игру еще 3 раза до середины, но это не важно, это просто детали. Потому что я хочу вот эту красивую платину во время прохождения получить именно на стриме, но что-то не очень горю я желанием стримить, как я перепрохожу за все факультеты до вот этого места, потому что это, твою мать, странная ачивка, но ладно. Так что час минут через 10 продолжим, и будем сегодня... Ну, не сегодня, получается, заканчивать, но где-то к часу ночи, я думаю, финал посмотрим. Вот, он здесь... двойной. 2 концовки не покажу, потому что сохранение игра не делает, поэтому что я выберу, я уже не откачусь. Можно было бы сделать, если бы плюс работал, но плюс не работает. Точнее, он работает, он есть, но он не работает на этом аккаунте, а сохранение здесь, так что... Так что не расходитесь, вас сейчас прикинет, и, в общем-то, ожидайте, если вы смотрели в записи, лайк, подписка, вы знаете. Все по классике.